women's perspective, from an implementer's perspective, and from a researcher's perspective about the topic that we've been discussing today, and what do young women today really want. Now, I think we've been debating a lot if young women want to have more children, and we've been discussing some of the work that we've started doing with the CADA authority actually in Kuppam now, that young women actually want to have more children. I think we've found that to be established. What young women don't feel supported with, though, is that the system around them doesn't feel like it supports motherhood. And this has come out in 4 different ways. We've also been doing some pilots on the ground to find solutions to these. So the 4 different ways in which, under Honorable Chief Minister's Swarn Kuppam mission and visionary framework, that we've been now implementing this pilot in Kuppam, we've found that the 4 aspects that really need solutions are: 1, medical accessibility. We discussed earlier today just how reproductive tract infections, anemia, other such conditions could actually be limiting desired fertility. 2nd is economic accessibility. Women may not want to have more kids because they don't know who is going to raise them, how the financial sustainability of the family will be maintained. 3rd, it's information accessibility, having the right motivation, counseling, information at hand about the overall aspects of parenting and what it takes in the new generation. And 4th is cultural knowledge and mindset shifts that need to happen, which really come from this understanding of shared parenting. It's not a mother's or a woman's job alone to raise kids anymore. It is a village, and we've seen it takes a village to raise a child. And parents, men, husbands, fathers must step in to really support the woman with their motherhood. And so amongst these 4 aspects, we've now been doing these pilots, and I've actually found that healthcare misinformation has gone down by 50% by just providing information on hands to women to be able to act on. We've seen that reproductive health knowledge can increase by 20% with even just basic counseling and providing information at the hands of their smartphones and WhatsApp that now women have very easy access to. And we've also found that women are now seeking out more care on their own because they're starting to realize that, at least in Kuppam and in our pilot, we're seeing that they have easy accessibility to the kind of information in a non-judgmental, private way that they can access. So I think there are lots of different opportunities for us to grow and really support women to create a 3-step change process. First, we can start with shifting families' knowledge around this topic. Second is really trying to shift their attitudes around it. And 3rd is trying to shift their actual behavior and practices. But in all of this, let's not forget the woman and her agency at the end of this. It's her decision on what to do, and we can enable her to make decisions around motherhood by creating the systems such that she doesn't reject motherhood. She just rejects the systems around it, and we can create enabling systems so that women actually can have more children in a supportive environment. Thank you to our Honorable Chief Minister for this wonderful vision, and we hope that we can make that a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we invite Shri Piyush Kumar, Principal Secretary, Planning and Finance, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to provide details and brief about the statewide public consultation.
Honorable Chief Minister